Welcome to another reaction video. Today, we're obviously coming back with Overtonight, and finally, round of applause. we are finally here to the much and widely suggested across all my Overtonight videos over time comfort song for you, brought to you by, though recently, suggested to you by recently, Unbranded YT, and of course, our one and only Bobby. Thank you. So yes, this one I've been highly recommended a lot, so I'm kind of gonna have a little bit more of some expectation with this one. So we'll see. It was a while ago, so different storyline we're on. We're on that different story arc than we are currently, but I'm excited. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Nothing but a heartbreak causes some real change. Sonic? Down, you'll be... No, wait, hold on. Wait, well, I got blasted with Sonic on. Also, this reaction video, I will be pausing, so, you know, what was that? That was, I know that was Sonic, but what game was in the background? Hold on, what the fuck? Nothing but a heartbreak causes some real change. You feel down, you'll be stuck. I think that was Skate. Is that Skate? I think it was Skate. Okay, let me go. Okay, I'll go back one more time. I'm gonna not pause it. It is Skate. Oh, okay. Different messaging, actually. Wow. Okay, well, perfect pause on the Sonic. Way different messaging than I was expecting, I guess. I don't know what I expected from a song called Comfort Song for You, but as we've already gone through this, most of his songs are about the one woman he was with. But this is like a bit more of a hopeful, I guess hopeful. I mean, you know, he's talking though about something that is very much prevalent in definitely his own life and just in general, which is you are going to get through your dark days. You're going to remember all of them as well, you know, but you will get through them. I love this. What is this? different kind of perspective here, and I'm down with it. Okay. And the melody's pretty good. I'm liking this. This kind of flow. Yeah. Okay, well then see, now we get back to like okay. It'll turn around. Oh, sitting inside of your room. Listen, that's where it all goes, right? I think a lot of people, much like myself, when you're in that like depressive mood, where's the one place you're at the most? I mean, it's in your bedroom. It's in that one place, you know, and you know, it can be hard to parse out the fact that that's going to all turn around, especially after a little bit of a heartbreak, right? I mean, that can last forever. It could last years if you're me. If you're me. And you know, that could be rough. So, but to hear him finally say it out loud, you know, like, hey, those dark days, you know, you're gonna be stuck in them for a while, but it'll turn around. I love that. I love that he has come to the table with that. I mean, I'm sure he already knew that, obviously, through all of his music, but it's nice to hear someone vocalize it for every once in a while, especially him. And I'm assuming limousine crashing into me suddenly. I mix that up, but you know what I mean. Is he talking about he kind of popped off at one point in his career? I remember that. Like I can't remember. I watched an interview with him where it was a specific song, I believe. I think it was like his Mirrors demo or something like that. I forget what song it was. He became quite popular overnight. at least among his own fans and like general audience. So is that what he's talking about? He went from having probably like not so many people listening to now like a whole bunch of people listening and people like me reacting, and you know, and now he still feels, you know, like how he does.
Suddenly a limousine crashes fucking into me. I can't feel less dead than I do. Woke up this morning to
I can't feel less dead than I do now. Oh boy. Okay, so never mind. We have more of a rock bottom. Interesting. That's very interesting. I mean, you've heard these kind of stories before about they get the fame, and they think it's going to make it better, but then in reality, it doesn't really solve anything. And now it feels even more hopeless because, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, maybe it's just, you know, the wealth factor it would change everything, but then it doesn't. So I'm sure that he's feeling probably some of that. I remember when I, you know, was younger and I didn't have any cashola and I was like, man, this fucking sucks. And then I got, you know, where I'm at now, which is like, I'm okay. And I'm like, oh, you know, no, that doesn't change really. You can just kind of, you know, it helps though. Listen, it helps a lot. Everybody speak for themselves. Money helped me quite a bit. Having people talk to me, that's great. That's awesome for me. I love that shit. But, you know, I could assume on his level of that, it's probably way more crazy, you know. So, and with his relationships, as we know, you know, it you know, probably much worse.
text on my phone and it's saying that she hates me and I'm all on my own. I guess
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I'm not scared. Spent my whole life fucking lonely, so I don't care.
Oh, I love that little line there. Hold up. That was pretty good. Yeah, and you know what? That's another thing to also mention. Again, I'm pausing. It's a reaction video. Sorry. You know, I think a lot of that, I feel like I could be in that position now. And I think eventually people get in that position. He probably did, probably very fast. I'm assuming. You know, some people maybe it takes longer than others, but there comes a time where you will spend a lot of time. If you're like me, you will be lonely. Life is lonely. Life is a bit, it's not as social as one would think. You know, you're going to come to these periods where regardless of if you're the fucking coolest guy on the fucking track, you know, you're the fastest kid at school, there'll be a time where people aren't going to talk to you and you're going to feel lonely, and you'll get used to it eventually. And there will come a time where it doesn't go away, the feeling of this like heartache that you have for that, right? But you do become more kind of acquainted with that feeling, and it does get kind of better. You know, you get so lonely, you're like, I don't fucking care anymore. Whatever, it doesn't matter really. And I think he might go through that maybe through this experience, or he has gone through that clearly. And you know, I respect that he is vocal about that kind of change.
You'll feel down, you'll be stuck in the dark days, but it'll turn around. I remember all my worst days and birthdays, sitting inside of my room.
The bridge of this song is really, it's so good. Oh, hold on. Okay, I gotta pause it. I know it's not over. Oh, comfort songs. Roll credits. roll credits. Wow, he went on like a little bit of a tangent there. Hold on. Wow. Okay, it was really far back. I won't shake the evil thoughts because the evil thoughts are where I'll waste away. Ooh, wow. Like a connection to that, huh? Like he doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to stay here. He wants to kind of. That's an interesting dynamic to kind of grab, because it depends on what he means, right? If he means in this specific scenario with this woman that he hates, I mean, maybe he does want to keep his options open and his evil thoughts and wanted to fucking waste away those because he wants to get the fuck out of there. If he means on life, though, you know, sometimes, and I find, and it's very hard to do this, you can be in positions where you will find that you will need to be broken down a bit in a place because you've reached a dead end in your personality, in your life, in whatever way it may be, and you'll need kind of that disruption. And it might be negative at the time, but you'll realize that it's really breaking down to add more. It's clearing the way to build something much better. So I think that's good if that's his messaging. Also, I guess for the woman, he needed to be out of this relationship like way, way, way long ago. Yep. And that too, right? Tired people change it. That's life. Sometimes it is good if people suggest you to change. Listen, if you're an alcoholic, you should probably not be that. There's certain levels to this of understanding, right? So I can't give a general message for this other than take it by ear. It's a very nuanced thing to say, and it can mean different things for different topics. But I'm going to take it like this. He is around people maybe who he doesn't want to change for one, and two, the way that they want him to change probably aren't the ways he wants to change to begin with. And clearly he recognizes that. And anytime in life where you're at that moment where you have that kind of realization that that's happening, I think it's very important to reinforce and, or maybe not even reinforce, but stand tall and at least outwardly kind of express this is who you are and what you want to be, and make that apparent to everybody that is in your life, maybe even especially the ones who want you to change, because that way you can kind of understand and separate the people who may be dissenters, people who just kind of are haters, maybe toxic, like this lady in his life that we all know, and just want to fuck you over, and people that are like your real ones, your real friends, your family as well, who are like, you know what, fuck it, I don't care. I don't give a shit if you're fucking, including Sonic and Escaped in your music videos, and that he himself has said that his music is maybe slightly weird. He doesn't give a fuck. That's a bit, that he doesn't give a fuck. He's going to make it anyway. That's what he wants to do. That's what he likes. And if people support him like that, then those are the people you need to keep around. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you got to be who you want to. You got to be who you want to be and who you got to be. There's no other way about it. Don't be somebody else for someone else. Live your life for you. Because if you're not, who you living it for? So there you go. That rotting away. It's just so it's a little sad. It's got a little sad. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You know it. We know that feeling. Yeah, the day you get played, the day someone takes your love and they betray it, they shatter it, they make you question everything. It's so hard to get over that. And it makes, every day you walk out the house, it feels like your chest is tight and it's got pain. And that pain consists not just outside the house, but everywhere you go. It gets worse the farther you are away from your bedroom and your bed because of how things are. And you know what? And that's so, it's rough. It's a rough thing to go through. And that's what it is. And I know he's gone through that, as we've heard through all of his songs. But I think an important thing to remember is that it will eventually, just like in this song, you will be stuck in those dark days, but it will one day change. And that is so incredibly hard to understand, especially after the heartbreak, because holy, does it feel like every day. And it could, again, for years, feel like and batter in the back of your mind like they didn't actually care, whatever they, whatever this and that, they use me, whatever, they abuse me, whatever it may be. You will never not feel that for a long time. Okay, it will be with you. So don't think that if you aren't over this in a couple months or a year or a couple years that something's wrong with you, or that this was something that, oh, maybe you're wrong, or maybe, oh, I'm fucking this or that, I'm not worth this or that. No. It's just how it happens. This is just how it goes. Love is harsh. Love is rough and mean sometimes, and that's just how it is. So. Yep. Yep, you do. Yep. And that too, again, I know I'm pausing. It is, yes, you have to sometimes get to your lowest to bounce right all the way back. You have to do it. It's hard to understand that sometimes, but it really is beneficial, especially when you have something or someone that is connected to your foundation at the time. When you are so deeply rooted in something that is causing you pain and that thing is gone now, it is like rot. And the only way to get rid of it all is to unfortunately chip away at that foundation a bit. Safely, mind you. Please be safe and careful and don't do anything, irrational. You just got to make it through. Okay. You will find that once you have rebuilt that foundation, life is like on easy mode because you've just broken down everything you knew beforehand and now built it anew. You understand that it's not as permanent for one as what you thought, and your life is much easier to construct, and that the things that you so held like, grand and divine as truth can really be somewhat malleable, and it allows you to move past the sorrow a lot easier. The loneliness, if I may say, becomes less severe and less like, oh, what the fuck, I'll be alone, whatever, doesn't matter. Great. That's exactly what I think is trying to be said here. And I co-sign it. So, but yes, in writing comfort songs for people, I've been kind of there. When you're away from somebody for a long time and you playing through the memories in your head and you're like, oh, this, that, and writing maybe song. I've written a few songs for some people, and they never heard them, and that's great. And it could be tough. It can be a way of coping, but also you have to maybe sometimes understand it could be unhealthy in a way that is like, are you coping or are you, giving fuel to a fire that needs to be snuffed out? Be careful. Both of those things can be true. And coping, what I mean is like in a good way, but both of these things can be apparent sometimes at the same time. So make sure one of those things is obviously coping is much better, much more prevalent than the stoking the flames, if you will. So yes. Yep. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. Them to feel what we want.
But a heartbreak causes some real change. When you feel down, you'll be stuck in them dark days, but it'll turn around. I remember all my worst days and birthdays, sitting inside of my room.
Yep.
Suddenly a limousine crashes fucking into me. I can't feel less dead than I
You know it.
I can't fall in love with you. No, I don't know what you would do to me.
Ah. Oh, good. I am so glad I was suggesting that was a really good. I think Bobby specifically probably knew I'd have a lot to say about this. Maybe. He's going to be like, 20-minute song again? What the fuck, bro? 2-minute song, 20-minute reaction. Listen, I have a lot to say about that. And obviously, I've said much of what I had to, but oh, this is the kind of stuff I like seeing from him the most. When he's kind of either in his kind of talk shit, like, fuck this, I'm this and that. I don't need all this. I got these people now. I don't need to be stuck here. And then this as well. Kind of his talk shit, but more of like a comfort song for you. A comfort song for you, his fans, and himself. And the feelings that he has. Which is that, and very much, don't be mistaken. This song was the comfort song he was talking about, he was writing. No shot it wasn't, okay? This was something he at least wanted this person, this woman, to see and hear and to, feel. I guarantee it, okay? And you know what the fucked up thing is? She probably actually did. Now that As big of as much of a part of it, you know, I said in the past that like they probably don't listen to anything, which is probably somewhat true to some degree, but knowing who he is and probably how much this means to him, they're probably the same exact, you know, they're the same exact apple, if you will, in the basket. I'm sure they're both obsessive about each other. Okay. They're very, you know, what have you. So I'm sure they both are very apparent of their messaging. But I love that song. It was just so good. The bridge was awesome. I loved this whole vibe of the song was way different than a lot of his other songs. And I'm vibing with that. I don't know, you know, with him, I don't know what it is, why, you know, like for example, in his new song here, like Uncle Sam, as we mentioned, why he's on a Slender Man arc. I don't know why, you know, Sonic and Skate was in this one. It seemed kind of out there, but it's him and it's who he is. And he's very much tapping into a very specific like time period and genre of people. You know, so shout out. I mean, I'm sure that's just what he's interested in, but you know, I gotta mention it. I respect it though. I respect it. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I loved that. That was awesome. Thank you for the suggestion. If you would have any other suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. It doesn't even have to be overtonight. It could be anybody else. Okay. Like recently, we've gotten a lot of Wi-Fi skeleton. Or you can join the Discord in the link in the description below. And you can have a special suggestion box that we have there that gets more prioritized, if you will. So if you want to see a reaction more, join the Discord. We also have a fun little community over there filled with other Overtonight fans, if you will. Thank you. I hope you like. If you liked, please like. If you'd like to share the video, please share the video everywhere you can. Everywhere. Obviously, with being cool about it, don't post it into other people's Discords unless you have permission. But whatever. Subscribe. And of course, if you haven't watched the original video, it'll be linked in the description down below. If you have watched it, go watch it again. You can get another review as well as subscribe to Overtonight. His channel will be linked in the description as well. Thank you so much. And as always, I'll see you when I see ya. Bye!